Okay, hello everyone, welcome back to me vlogging once again, and this week we're doing things a little bit differently because if you didn't know, E3 is right around the corner. It's very close. It's only a week away. Actually, technically the show floor opens on Tuesday the 11th of June. All the interesting stuff starts on the 10th because we have the conferences from Microsoft and Ubisoft, and they both have soft. That's the first time I've realised that Microsoft and Ubisoft have both soft in there. I don't know why that just suddenly happened, but it did. It was because I said them back to back. Because usually it goes Microsoft, EA, then Ubisoft, then Sony, and that's how it goes. But because I said Microsoft to Ubisoft, I just got this weird... That was just a weird moment I had with myself. Excuse me for weird moments I had with myself. But yeah, okay, we're gonna do 3 of these because we're gonna talk about Microsoft, Sony, and of course Nintendo, my strong suit, which I'll probably spend a lot longer talking about because I know more about Nintendo and I'm more well equipped to discuss them. So, but Microsoft, I'm not a 360 owner. And they haven't really appealed to me, and they've never appealed to me in the past just because of the kind of games there are on Microsoft systems. They're called kind of Microsoft fan. I wouldn't say fan, I'd say Xbox fan. The core kind of Xbox guy, dude bro, is your Call of Duty, your FIFA, your Madden, those kind of third-party like mega franchises that I really don't care about. Like, I could care less about Call of Duty. I do have one on PS3. I think I've got Modern Warfare 2. I got that like pre-owned or something. But I really don't care about Call of Duty. Sports games, not really into those at all. Stick cricket. That's a sports game I can go with. Stick cricket is in my range. But those other ones, proper sports games, aren't really. So. That's the kind of stuff that you see on Microsoft systems. Of course, they got Gears as well, and they got Forza and Halo. Again, I'm not a big first-person shooter fan. I'm not really a fan of the whole Gears thing. I like third-person cover-based stuff, but it's not really, I'd be interested in playing a Gears game, but I'm not going to go out and buy a whole system for it. It's not really, something that draws to me. So, Microsoft have never really appealed to me. In terms of their consoles, I obviously run Windows on my PC, and that's perfectly good. I'm not, I prefer running Windows on PC to running any kind of Mac OS. Like, I don't like iOS in general for computers. So, Microsoft, I got you back on that one. But apart from that, yeah, not really in the Xbox 360 space. So, I can't really comment hugely on what I think is going to happen or what I think they're going to do, but we have some information. We know quite a bit about them, about what they're going to be planning for E3, so let's just go over that stuff. Let's start with the fact that at their Xbox One reveal, they said that there were going to be 15 exclusive games. 15 exclusives, which is kind of a big statement to say, just because Microsoft are not real. They're probably the least exclusive-based company out of Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. Sony obviously have a bunch of studios they own. They own like 15 studios. They have lots of good developers under their belt. Obviously Nintendo have their internal guys, and they have some second party stuff scattered. So both Sony and Nintendo have lots of first party core stuff going on. Microsoft not so much. They have their Halos, and they have Forza and Gears and stuff, but like those are kind of the 3 prongs, like the 3 cores of Microsoft, and the rest there isn't much. So we do know that there's one new IP that's already been shown called Quantum Break, which was the weird like television thing and then the giant boat crashing into a bridge kind of tech demo. It wasn't in-game footage or anything. It was all pre-rendered, so we can't really tell what it's going to look like or what even kind of game it is. But it is from Remedy. Remedy, the guys behind, I believe, Max Payne and Alan Wake. 2 pretty well-regarded games. I think Remedy are pretty well-regarded as a developer in general. So, I have decent hopes for that. I'm not quite sure what kind of a game it's going to be, but yeah, it looks interesting, especially if they're doing the whole kind of television rolled in with the game, because there are a couple of things doing that right now. Defiance is one of those. Defiance is a television show that also has like an MMO FPS, or I think it may be third-person shooter, but it's an MMO shooter in general, tied into a TV show, which is kind of a weird experimental thing. I'm not sure how successful that's going to be or if it has been successful yet, but we'll see. That could be interesting. I know lots of people hating on Xbox One. I mean, it's the general internet thing, isn't it? They bring out this conference and they're like, TV, television, sports, EA, sports, television, TV, Halo, TV, Steven Spielberg, and all these things that, well, people don't really care about. The main core audience they were playing to anyway, obviously didn't really care about any of that stuff. So everyone feels a bit burned by it, though, I mean, think about it, like, they already said before that event happened that they weren't really going to show any games, so I'm not sure what people were really expecting out of them, honestly. I think people are being maybe a little bit harsh, though it was a kind of boring and terrible conference, so I can't really back them up that much. I'm just going to say that you shouldn't have really expected games that thing anyway. It was more like a hardware reveal, so I don't know, I think it's people getting a little bit overreactive. And I'm going to reserve judgment on Xbox One until after E3, because there's no point in judging a book by its cover. We don't know the games, which are the insides of the book. Those are the pages, those are the important parts, right? If we don't know the games, we can't really make a judgment on it. So I'm not going to make a judgment. I'm just going to say, at the moment, I'm not interested in it. And they need to persuade me, because otherwise, I'm not, well, the thing is, I'm not really in the market to get a new console now at the moment anyway. I dropped money on the Wii U, which at the moment isn't really paying its dividends because nothing's coming out on Wii U and it's a pretty sore state of affairs. I've also dropped a ton of money on my new PC, which is going to be able to play new games for quite a few years to come anyway. So the only thing that's really going to drive me to consoles are exclusives. So Microsoft laying a stake in the ground and saying, we got 15 exclusives, 8 of which are new IP. 8 a new IP, which is really actually very, very interesting. One of those we know is Quantum Break, as I just talked about. What the other 7 could be, we have no idea. I do not think, however, that the other 7 are all going to be like AAA blockbuster, massive IPs, new big IPs. I think that what we will find is majority of those, probably about 5 of the 7, are going to be Xbox Live Arcade games, like downloadable titles that they are, much cheaper, much smaller experiences, but still new IPs under Microsoft. So that's what I'm thinking. Most likely we're going to have that kind of scenario where, there are a couple of blockbuster ones shown off at E3, and then you got your Xbox Live, and then we've got 7 other games which are from already established franchises, which could mean some kind of Halo, some kind of Gears. We've already seen Forza, so that's confirmed, and I can't remember what else. I think that's maybe it. There's Fable as well. I think Fable has some kind of exclusivity on Xbox, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. I'm not actually, I don't really follow Fable, so I can't really say too much on that either. What I can say, though, is, lost my train of thought. Yes, I completely lost my train of thought there, and this is what happens when I'm doing this unedited, so whatever, I'll get back to it. Another thing we're going to go through is pricing and date. And I'm not going to make predictions or anything, but I'm just going to say they won't do this. They probably won't do this. Neither Sony or Microsoft will do it, because there's far too much time between now and the release of the systems that things could change drastically, and there's competition between the two of them, and they both want to kind of wait for the other one to get going on price and date, because that's kind of the big points here. So I don't think either are going to be revealed. We have heard kind of, November release date, but that's obvious. It's obviously going to be before Black Friday. That's when these things release. It's before the Christmas rush, before Black Friday, and, that's when they're going to come out. Question is price, and I honestly think, there's going to be separate events for that. Separate events before the systems come out, where they will say, here's the date, here's the price, go crazy or whatever, and stuff like that. So, that's what I think on pricing and date. I really don't think there's going to be much else revealed. We do want some more clarification, though, I feel. We do want more clarification on used games. We want more clarification on the DRM of being always online. Because they, as well put together and everything as this conference was for the Xbox One, it just, there was no clarification, and there were so many mixed messages in the press and everything. But I mean, the reason there were so many mixed messages is because Microsoft were not specific. They didn't tell people what was going on with the system, and they had different executives giving different answers, contradicting each other, and so we end up in the situation where we think used games maybe have to be paid for again, the full price again if you want to use them on someone else's. They have to be installed? Are they tied to whatever account? Or what do we have to do? Is it down to the publishers, or is this enforced by Microsoft? It's really confusing. There's no clarification whatsoever, and being the entity that they are, they really should have been much more prepared for these kind of questions, because the core gaming audience, and they invited gaming journalists to this event, they should have been prepared for this fire of whatever, because there's been so much negativity surrounding Microsoft prior to that event anyway, that they should have been prepared to answer all those questions, and they really weren't. So we don't really know about the DRM involving Always Online, so we want clarification on that. There's obviously Kinect stuff as well. Also, that's what I was going to say, which I forgot earlier. How many of those 7 games that are from existing IPs are going to just be Kinect Sports or Kinectimals or whatever? Like, I'm pretty certain that that's gonna be there. Also, I forgot. There's been this rumor about Mirror's Edge 2 being exclusive to Xbox, which would be really kind of a good thing for them. Like, that is something that kind of gets me interested in the system. The negative thing about that is that there's also rumors that it's Kinect only, which would be really bad. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Making a Mirror's Edge game Kinect only. They could do it. I wouldn't advise it. It certainly cause a lot of anger from people, I feel, so probably not the best idea. But the idea of a new Mirror's Edge being exclusive to Xbox is something that actually gets me interested in that system, because Mirror's Edge is a kind of cool franchise that kind of makes them stand out a bit more, so that's that. Yeah, Kinect stuff. And then there's a question of Rare. There's also the question of Rare. Now, Microsoft have owned Rare for a long time. When was it that Star Fox Adventures came out on GameCube? That was like 2002, probably. Because Microsoft acquired Rare after that game was completed. That was the last game that Rare made for Nintendo, and then they were obviously bought. And they haven't really done much on Microsoft systems. They're involved with Kinect games, and they did Perfect Dark Zero, I think, and they did Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, which not many people liked. It's been bad. It's been a rough time for Rare, and apparently there are rumors circulating that they are going to be bringing back a legacy IP, like something from the past, and reinvigorating it for the future. I'm not quite sure what that will be. People may be thinking Banjo-Kazooie, but they did do Nuts and Bolts, and they kind of specified that this hasn't been touched in a long time. So as much as that would be cool, I don't think that's going to be the case. Perfect Dark maybe as well. I think Killer Instinct was something that came up. I don't actually know if that's accurate, but that's what I've been hearing, like Killer Instinct. And that's about it, pretty much, in terms of what people have been saying about Rare. So they could bring a game out, that could be cool. So that's another thing to watch out for. And I think that just about covers it for what I'm going to talk about for Microsoft. I don't really have, as I said, any predictions, because I don't cover Microsoft. Like, I don't read a lot about Microsoft. I do know, basics and stuff, because I follow the industry quite closely, but not as much insight on them as I will have on Sony and Nintendo. So that's gonna be that. Before we finish off this video, I'm gonna just unbox some stuff, because I ordered like a bunch of things, not a bunch of things, like 3 things in the mail, like on the weekend, because I'm like, I really need these things, and I shouldn't really bother waiting, because I have the money now and I might as well just buy them, because I keep like, this is a problem with me. I also am like, I really want to buy that thing, but I should wait. And then there's not really any reason in waiting, because the price doesn't really go down, these kind of things or whatever. So I decided I'm not going to wait, I'm going to buy these things. So first up, we have a very boring SD card. So let's just open that up and see how that... Great, this is how bad I am at opening things. Clearly you can see professionalism at work. We have Amazon.branded.com SD card, and let's pop it out here. Oh, there we go. This is a, oh no, it's falling down. This is a 32 gig SD card, if my elbow will stay on the table. 32 gig SD card, which I decided to get because Animal Crossing is coming out on 3DS, and I'm getting Animal Crossing digitally, and I don't think my 2 gigabyte SD card in my 3DS currently is going to be able to handle that. So I decided to pick up the 32 gig one just for future reference as well, so that I can download full 3DS titles to my 3DS, which will be very nice. And I'm actually getting Animal Crossing for free because in the UK they're doing this digital deluxe, it's called Too Many Games. It's called Too Many Games 3DS promotion, which means if you buy 3 3DS games of a specific set, you get a 4th one for free. So Luigi's Mansion 2, Fire Emblem Awakening, and this, which I just bought, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, are all eligible in that. And the 4th game is going to be Animal Crossing. And I thought, you know, I could buy Animal Crossing retail and spend the 30 quid on that and then get this as a download game. But Animal Crossing is a game that really is better to have digitally, because whenever you have your 3DS, the game is on there. You know, it's that kind of game that you're going to pick up and play every day or whatever, so you don't want to be constantly changing cartridges. Animal Crossing is definitely better to have digitally. So I thought, pop that in the bin. I thought I might as well get the retail copy of Donkey Kong, because I'm interested in it. I haven't actually played the Wii game. I've played it at my cousin's, but I'm really excited to play this because it's a very highly regarded game. It's very good. I have played it bits and pieces of it, so I know it is high quality, one might say. And also, I do prefer having platformers on the handheld as opposed to on console anyway. So works out better for me. And finally, actually, works well as the final thing, because we've been talking about Microsoft this whole time. I ordered myself a Windows 360 pad because I don't have a controller for my PC, and I really can't be bothered going through the pain and hassle of using Motion Joy just so I can get my PS3 controller working. I know that I'm probably just being stupid and lazy, but I honestly don't want to. I'd prefer to just use a 360 pad anyway for this kind of stuff. So that's what I did. I got a 360 pad for my computer. It's a USB one, obviously, built for the PC. And do I have a cutting thing, a slicing knife? I don't have a slicing knife. No, I'm gonna have to edit. Oh no, I'm gonna have to edit the uneditable vlog. That's terrible. Okay, well, we'll edit. Okay, now I have the pen knife in hand. And we can actually get through this shit. Come on. No, I'm gonna cut the box. Damn it. It's opened. Your beauty. Your beauty. Alright. Okay. Everything's falling out. It's not good. I guess we have an installation CD of some kind, some variety, and then we have the pad itself, which is very cool. There we go. 360 USB pad for my PC. Feels good, looks good. Very happy. Excellent. So, thank you very much for watching the vlog, which is now basically over. So I'll see you on Wednesday when I'll be talking about Sony. What do I think they're going to do at E3? That's going to be it. I'm going to go watch Game of Thrones, episode 9 now. I'm fucking psyched. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.